Before ski racing completely took over my life, I was a big-time hockey player. So when the time came for me to choose a senior project, I leaped at the idea of building my own ice rink. So as you all know, we have hockey and figure skating athletes at our school. Every time these kids train, they have to pay for ice time at Dobson and Vale or another ice rink. Half of the motivation behind this project was to give them a place to train that would virtually pay for itself after a few uses. The other half of the motivation for building this rink was to have a place where anyone that has skates could go to do some cross-training or simply to just have some fun. My first step towards completing this project was to find out if there was even a place nearby where we could build this ice rink. After a short walk around the school, I came up with 3 possible options. The first option was in the middle of the loop out in front of the school. The pros to this option are that nothing is getting built here, so the rink could be permanent. Also, it's easily accessible and there's a fire hydrant close by. The big con to this option is it's not level. The second option was on the outside basketball court in back of the school. The pros to this option are that the area is level and easily accessible. The cons to this option are that it is not a lot of space and we would have to take down the basketball hoop. My third and final option was out in the open area where red sandstone was for a while. The pros to that area are that it's level and has a little Quonset hut to store things, not to mention a lot of free leftover wood from red sandstone. The cons to this location are that it is not school property, so it might be tricky to get approval for, and it will be built on eventually, so nothing can be permanent. Ultimately, we decided on option 3 because it was level and had a lot of space to build a big ice rink. The only problem with this was we needed to get it approved. We put in a request to build an ice rink, and a couple days later, someone came out and walked the lot with us and gave us approval to build a temporary 75 by 160 foot ice rink. The supplies we needed for this included, but were not limited to, 30 2x16 boards, 90 hockey rink brackets, 470 linear feet of 3/4 inch plywood, 1 tub of 2-inch screws, 1 75 by 160 foot liner for the rink. You might be asking yourself, where did all the money to pay for this come from? Well, a lot of the money was donated by hockey parents, and some things like boards and lights were donated by parents or other companies, so we didn't have to pay for them at all. Once we got all the supplies, it was time to start building. The first step was to clear the lot of any debris that could rip the rink liner. Next, we were tasked with screwing all the boards and brackets together and laying them out where we wanted them to be. Then came the big step of laying out and smoothing out the rink liner. The final step was to get the fire department to come and open up the hydrant so we could fill our rink. After giving the ice a couple days to freeze, now came the fun part, actually getting to skate and enjoy this rink. Now that the rink was finished, we were tasked with maintaining it. This included clearing off snow and even sometimes reflooding it. This came with a whole new host of challenges.
We ran out of gas out here. We just ran.
After finishing this project, the important question I got asked was, would I do it again? And to this, I say yes and no. Yes, because it provided a great opportunity to introduce people to skating, and yes, because selfishly, it was really fun having a rink where I could go play hockey with my friends for free. But no, because it took a lot of time and hard work to get this rink put up and to maintain it. I can't tell you how many study halls I spent out there with Andrew Rogers just clearing off snow. That's not even mentioning the time and effort that it takes to put the rink up and to take it down. This project never would have been possible without help from a lot of different people. So first and foremost, I would like to thank Mick Kelly and Benno Scheidegger for spearheading the entire operation. I would also like to thank Mr. Hill for working with us to make this idea a reality. And finally, I would like to thank Andrew Rogers and everyone else who ever helped me shovel snow. Thank you.